Wow, and it's on the green. Brilliant. Scoring the headlines that matter. Femme Sports Journal. Seleton de Bridge. Legends Rising. Hey, Razak here from Femme Sports Journal, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're all listening to this top 10 of the best LPGA moments of 2025. It's going to be a swell to recap everything that happened in 2025 with the LPGA, and I'm happy and I am so stoked that everybody has been reading my blog and checking out my YouTube shorts and my YouTube videos in general. I'm so happy that this has been a thing, and I thank you all. So, the best thing you can do right now is just give me a like, a share, and a subscribe. I'll highly appreciate that. And then tell all your other sports writers out there that there is more golf writing coming next year. So let's get it. The 2025's top 10 best moments of the LPGA. So, top 10 LPGA stories from 2025 include a major finish for the ages. An LPGA season that saw a record 29 different winners had a number of highlights and head-turning storylines. So one could argue and could make the argument that there was more talk outside the ropes than inside this year on the LPGA. The lead up to a new commissioner in the spring, following by Craig Kessler's burst of energy to start the summer, held more interest than the unprecedented carousel of winners. No one could have predicted that Nelly Korda, a 7-time winner in 2024, would fail to find the winner's circle this season. Personally, however, it proved to be a beautiful year for the top-ranked American as she announced her engagement shortly after Thanksgiving. A season that saw a record 29 winner that had a number of highlights and head-turning moments. So without further ado, here's a look at the top 10 storylines from 2025. Number 1. Grace Kim's unbelievable finish. Grace Kim's Eagle Birdie Eagle finish to win the Amundi Evian Championship in overtime became an instant classic. Kim played her last 4 holes in 4 under to get into a playoff, including an eagle on the 72nd hole. On the first playoff hole against Gino Dickincool, Kim lost her 4 hybrid ride into a greenside pond, and it looked like Dickincool was poised to finally shed the label of best without a major and climb to number 1 in the world. But then, something miraculous happened. Kim didn't panic. She gathered herself and proceeded to haul the chipped shot from across the green for birdie, putting all the pressure back in Dickincool to match her efforts. The talented Thai player answered, pouring in her 8th-foot birdie putt. The pair headed back to the 18th tee for more. With 4 hybrid back in hand for a 3rd time, Kim hit the green in 2, giving herself the advantage with a 12-footer for eagle. Dickincool's 2nd shot went long near a bunker, and after calling over rules officials to check out the ants that had swarmed her ball, she chipped down to 6 feet. It wouldn't matter, however, as Kim poured in another eagle on the 18th, putting a hand up to her mouth to cover her surprise. She played the last 6 holes, including the playoff, in 7 under and earned $1.2 million. At number 2, we have Gino Dickincool sweeps at CME. Dickincool capped off a 3rd win of the season in style, setting a new scoring record for the tour en route to another $4 million payday. Dickincool's scoring average of 68.681 eclipses the mark of 68.697 set by Annika Sorrentams in 2002. The LPGA's most consistent player, Dickincool became only the 3rd player in LPGA history to break the 69 mark for the season, joining Sorrentam and Lydia Ko, which she did that in 2022. the winner of the VAR Trophy and Rolex LPGA Player of the Year award, Tinkle picked up 3 Hall of Fame points in one day. At number 3, we got Lodi Wald wins LPGA Pro debut. 1 week after Lodi Wald became the first player to graduate from the tour's new LEAP program to earn her LPGA card, the Englishwoman won her pro debut at the ISPS Honda Women's Scottish Open. The Florida State standout became the 3rd player in LPGA history to win in her first start as an LPGA member, joining former world number 1 Jin Young Ko, that she did that in 2018, and Beverly Hanson that did it in 1951. Wald had missed out on a playoff at the Evian by 1 shot, and the week prior won the Irish Open on the LET. Now, quoting here, "I don't really know how to describe it," said the humble Wald in the midst of the stretch of brilliance. "Just been shooting low scores, which is always nice." At number 4, Brooke Henderson ends drought at home. Few things on the LPGA feel bigger than Brooke Henderson winning on home soil. The Canadian superstar snapped a drought that stretched back to 2 years and 7 months when she won the 2025 CPKC Women's Open. Quoting here, "I've been waiting for that 14th win. Feels like forever," said Henderson, winningest golfer in Canadian history. This marks the 2nd time Henderson has won her National Open, with the first coming in 2018. At number 5, we have Minjee Lee wins 3rd major. Field Ranch East Course, new home of the PGA of America and a staple in the big event lineup 4 years to come, provided a merciless test to the best women in the world. Behind her shades, 29-year-old Minjee Lee looked chill in the suffocating Texas heat and unrelenting winds at the KPMG Women's PGA, where she won by 3. Wingless since fall of 2023, Lee's resurgence can be tracked back to one club, the longer putter. She put it in play at the start of the season at the urging of longtime coach Richie Smith. Lee's strokes gained putting rank in 2024 was a dismissal of 137th. She ranked 5th on the tour this season coming into the week and finished 1st in the field at PGA Frisco. Lee became only the 3rd Aussie to win 3 different majors, joining mentor Carrie Webb and Jan Stefferson with victories at the 2022 U.S. Women's Open and 2021 Evian Championship. Lee is now one of 5 active players on the LPGA, with 3 legs to the career Grand Slam, joined by Anna Nordqvist, In-Ji Shun, Johnny Tsen, and co. At number 6, we have Gino Tinkle, 4 putts, Charlie Hole wins. World number 1, Gino Tinkle, 4-putted the 72nd hole to hand the Kroger Queen City Championship to Charlie Hole. The upbeat Thai player looked on in disbelief as a nervous Hole knocked in a short birdie putt to seal her 3rd career victory. Tinkle later admitted to whipping away buckets of tears after that loss. For Hall, it was the cap to weird seasons that included collapsing at the Evian and tripping on curb at the LET event in London, leaving her in a moon boot. She also came so close at another major, taking a share of 2nd at Royal Porthcawl. At number 7, we have Kim Kaufman returns to LPGA final qualifying. So 1 year after player wore pink ribbons for Kim Kaufman at the final stage of the LPGA qualifying, the 34-year-old was back in the field cancer-free. Kaufman had lupectomy 1 year ago, started chemo treatments in January, and after those wrapped up in April, did 7 weeks of radiation, which ended in early June. In October, she was one of 50 players out of a field of 194 to advance through the second stage of the Q Series, now known as qualifying stage, at Plantiong Golf and Country Club in Venice, Florida. She'll compete on the Epson Tour in 2026. But number 8, we have Janny Tseng's comeback. Janny Tseng made headlines at the Chevron Championship for putting left-handed. The 5-time major winner overcame the Gyps by making the switch and later qualified for her first U.S. Women's Open in 9 years. She missed the cut by 1 at Earings Hills. So in August, then made her first LPGA cut in 7 years at the AIG Women's British Open, and in October, the former number 1 won the LET at the weather-shortened Wistron Ladies Open on home soil in Taiwan. Quoting here, "Until the last hole, I wasn't sure if the scores were correct on the board," said Tseng. It's been such a long time to be able to stand in this position. So at number 9, we have Lindy Duken tells the other side. Lindy Duken didn't win a tournament on the LPGA this season, though she did come close, coming up short in a playoff at the Chevron Championship. But the Duke Grand still delivered the most memorable speech of the year of the annual Rolex LPGA Award. The 2025 Heather Farr Perseverance Award winner said she rewrote her acceptance speech 20 times, trying to find ways to make it simpler. The end result was a masterpiece, the raw, relatable speech everyone kept talking about. Quoting here, "For years, I thought joy was earned through accomplishment," she said. "Then I realized joy is a choice, independent of scores or outcomes. That shift, choosing joy over validation, gave me freedom to be honest and vulnerable. Freedom to play and live fully for the first time in a long time." Duken's breakthrough year left a lasting impression. And at number 10, trouble in Texas. The first major of the season was a memorable one for all the wrong reasons. Golf Twitter erupted on Sunday as players, including eventual winners Mao Saigo, used the grandstand as a backstop when going for the green in 2. Arita Jutanugarn actually hit the volunteer she was aiming at after her ball bounced off the grandstand. Jutanugarn couldn't get a drop for her third, however, and practically whiffed her chip shot, which advanced only a few inches. She wound up making bogey on the hole when a par would have won her the tournament outright. The first 5-way playoff in LPGA Major Championship history commenced on the 18th, and the fear was that this might go on all night. In the end, Saigo got it done in short order, and then struggled with the traditional victory plunge because no one knew she couldn't swim. The Chevron is moving venues in 2026. Bonus: the Caitlin and Kai show. When it comes to on-the-ground buzz and exposure, it's hard to top what Caitlin Clark and Kai Trump brought to the Anika. The Golf Channel's live look-in of the Pro-Am on Wednesday was a longer broadcast window than the actual tournament rounds. The addition of Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall as guest celebrities caddies turned the best Pro-Am day of the year on the LPGA into a bona fide team event. The chemistry between the trio of fever athletes made Clark's second appearance on the LPGA all the more entertaining. Kai Trump, the oldest granddaughter of President Donald Trump and future Miami college golfer, played on a sponsored invite and shot 83 to 75. Trump's 8 million social media followers and YouTube subscribers put her in a category above most female sports stars. No doubt she'll be back on the LPGA before too long. Now, follow me on X, Substack, and YouTube for more of this. Thank you for this full year of amazing plays. There is much more if you want to read on my Substack of other events that were amazing this year. So thank you all, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios, amigos. Bye.